So you know the ones when you're listening to a song that you really like and you're like, that's my tune. That's my tune. Hey, this is Jojo B and this is the 13th episode of That's My Tune. I love how this is building up. So the previous bonus episode, we had some UK garage, you get me, but now we're back to the UK R&B for this episode. I'll be interviewing the lovely Shantéh, talking about her song King and a lot more. So sit back, relax and enjoy this good vibe, and I'll be right back after this with my guest. Why am I talking like this? I don't know, but yeah. Enjoy. So everybody, I'd like to introduce you to my friend and artist, Shantéh. Yeah!
Hey. Thanks for having me. Wow.
It's okay. It's chill. Like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't do this podcast without having you here. And I don't know why I'm doing this stupid accent, but you know.
I don't know either.
Oh my days. I'd like us to discuss your song King.
Cool.
What was your mindset? Where was your headspace at the time? Like, talk us through the process.
Okay. So King was a part of an EP called Sunshine, and the whole EP was about, I guess, the journey to becoming your elevated self. And King was just like the center song, which became the single song. And that song was about just cementing your identity in God and like knowing who you are. It's like, okay, cool. You've gone through disciplining yourself, and you've gone through like you've gone through disciplining yourself, and then you've gone through acknowledging that there's more to life than what you see, and there's a reason why you've got like these strengths and these powers and stuff. And then King was the one that's like, okay, cool, I know who I am, I know who God says that I am, I'm amazing, I'm dope, and with God I can do all things. So that's what King is about. There's loads of other connotations to it, but that's the main thing. It was just for people to feel empowered. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay, cool. So power to the people. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Always. Fist up.
But then you being a woman, why did you call it King as opposed to Queen?
This is such a good question. That's literally how I heard it in the spirit.
Right.
So when we were writing the EP, I remember sitting down with Val Varel, and this is actually one of the beats that we were working on like quite early on, and I loved it when he played it to me, and I was like, this is sick. But I never had any words for it. But I remember one day I was playing it again just around the house, and all I could hear was the chorus, like, and I came back to him and I sang it to him, and he's like, no, this is dead. He's like, you should change it to Queen. And I was like, no, like I heard King, and that's what it is. And it's like I kept thinking of just different scriptures about God calling us to be like a royal priesthood and things like that. And he was just reminding us of our kingship in him. And that's how I heard it. So I couldn't change it. But funnily enough, like you might be like the 20th person to ask me that question, but you're the first person to ask it on a platform like this, which is really interesting. Yeah, that's why I called it King. And the women don't have a problem with saying it. It's just the guys find it very peculiar. And then when I told them the reason, they're like, oh, wow, okay, that's powerful. I understand why you couldn't change it. So I was like,
Oh, yeah, I don't have an issue with it at all. I was just curious as to why it was called King as opposed to Queen, seeing as a woman, etc. But yeah, I definitely understand you explaining it definitely makes sense. So yeah, there's no problem.
Well, I'm glad it's out now. You can't do nothing about it.
Do you know what? I want you to remove it from the platform because it should be called Queen.
You know what? I remove you.
I remove you, you know.
I remove you. Okay, how about that? Cancel culture at its best.
Wow, is that you carrying on? Yeah, you know what? It's fine. It's cool, innit? I know when I'm not wanted. It's fine. It's cool. It's calm.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
So did you? Because I know another artist, Josh, features in King. So
yes.
Did you two write the song together, or was it just you and he wrote a few bits? Like, how did that go about?
So when I asked him to be on the song, shout out Josh Che, by the way. When I asked him to be on the song, we had basically I think I'd already kind of written most of it, to be fair. I just didn't have a second verse.
Right.
And that's the part that he sang.
Okay.
And funnily enough, the EP was done actually, and that was the one song that we just hadn't finished. And then
Right.
like I remember I was talking with Val, and he was just like, I feel like Josh should be on the song, and I was like, yeah, same. I get the same thing. We
Mm.
asked him. I think he came the next day to record it,
Right.
and yeah, I think his part. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
his part he wrote. I think there's some parts that we kind of like wrote together,
Yeah.
but it was pretty much a done deal until he came in and just kind of like solidified it and completed it. And it really just it adds to the song. Obviously, it wouldn't be the song
Mm.
without him. So it's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Let's talk about the video because I remember when the video premiered and I was like, yes, I definitely have to watch this. Like, how did you guys put the video together?
Wait, let me tell you a story. So
Okay.
when we were putting this project together, I was
Uh-huh.
trying to apply for some funding,
Right.
and I really wanted to do like a short film for this
Mm-hmm.
EP.
Right.
But if I couldn't do a short film, I was like, no, I need to do King. Like King needs to
Mm.
have a video to it because it's
Right.
cold.
Yeah.
I was like, I want elephants, I want lions and tigers, I wanted everything. I was like, we're going to China. This is the deal. We're going to Tibet. Like I was saying all this stuff, yeah.
Right.
And then obviously the budget didn't come through. So I was like, wow, we are not going to China, but it's okay. We're in China in my heart. Like it's
Yeah.
calm. And then, but I had been planning this video for ages
Mm.
and I was really excited about it. And I knew how I wanted it to look. And then
Mm.
obviously things changed because budgets didn't come through and whatnot. So
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, I'm good at putting things together. I need to
Mm.
improvise.
Mm.
And we ended up filming the video in my living room.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought loads of fabric
Mm-hmm.
and I made clothes
Mm-hmm.
and like I was just sewing backdrops together,
Mm-hmm.
and I had some lighting that I bought from like literally fairy lights I'd got from Primark,
Wow.
and some other bits and pieces just because I like set design. So
Yeah.
I was just like, I was like, what do I have in my room that I can
Mm.
create a set with? And
Right.
Chima, who filmed it and
Yeah.
helped to direct it,
Mm-hmm.
I was just telling him the ideas that I had. I was showing him colors and bits and pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and he just had loads of kit at his
Mm.
house.
Okay.
And yeah, it just we filmed it in an evening,
Mm.
finished maybe the next morning, maybe like 3, 4 in the morning. We were shattered, but
Mm.
yeah, it was a vibe, and it's one of my favorite videos to date. And it just looks so good. Like it's so simple,
Mm.
very it's kind of like a very kind of like chilled but ethereal sort of vibe. It just
Yeah.
looks like I feel like we just look quite rich in terms
Yeah.
of the aesthetic, like
Yeah.
neutral tones and
Mm-hmm.
golds and like dark greens and like browns, and it's just really lovely. So
Mm.
that was it really. Like no
Mm.
elephants in that, but you know what I'm saying?
Aw. There were elephants in your spirits, you know.
In my
They're
spirit.
all in the spirit, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like even to this day, even when I've had to like think of like if I've had to perform the song, or
Yeah.
people have been like, "Oh, could you perform this song somewhere?" I'm just like, "Yeah, cool, cool, cool. As long as I can bring the elephants, and I'm alright." Like, and, but no one ain't seen no damn elephants. But it's okay. It's okay.
You know, when I think
Hopefully.
about it, when you do listen to King, you do see like sunrises and elephants. It does give off that kind of visual in your head. So it would have been brilliant if you were able to bring that to life. But maybe one day.
Oh, mate. And the thing is, even when it came to writing the song
Yeah.
and just hearing it and thinking of the video, I'm a very visual person.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I just had so many different things in mind, but I
Mm-hmm.
had Black Panther in mind as well.
Mm.
And I love the film.
Yeah.
And anytime anyone's listened to it as well, they're like, I just hear Black Panther vibes. Like it needs to be in the
Yeah.
soundtrack for the
Yeah.
next one.
Yeah.
And I really hope it is like,
Mm.
because I just feel like there's so much in this song, and it packs a punch, not just like
Mm.
when you're listening to it, but visually. If you close your eyes and you listen to the song from the beginning to end,
Mm.
I feel
Yeah.
like you see the whole landscape.
Yeah.
You see the jungle, you see this, you see that. I
Yeah.
really feel like you see it all. Um, so yeah, hence the lions and the elephants
It
and
could
the
work.
panther.
It actually could work. It'll be sick. It will be a sick sync if that was
Yeah.
if that was in the next Black Panther film.
Oh
It
mate, I
really
mean
would go.
Marvel, if you're listening, like because
Hey,
yeah,
listen, I
I'm
support the
telling you.
movement, bruv. Like hashtag get King on Black Panther, baby. Like,
That's right. That is right. I'm telling you. And honestly, like rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. But
yeah.
um, I just saw I couldn't think of the song and write the song and not see him. Like it was so
Mm,
weird. It was and obviously no one knew it was going to happen
yeah.
later on.
Yeah.
No one knew
Yeah.
that he was going to pass.
Right.
But I was just like, no, if anyone was gonna do this song justice and it was gonna be done justice in a visual manner,
Mm,
it would be him because he played the
yeah.
character so
So
well,
well.
like
Yeah.
so well, like
Yeah.
um, and definitely that film was part of the inspiration for the song as well. So
Yeah. It was such a shame Chadwick Boseman passing away. It was such a shock. I was like, what?
mm, For real. It was really intense. It really hit home. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm,
I think a few people, I myself and a few people were just saying
mm.
like a lot of us like lost our favorite superhero today. And it was
Yeah.
so crazy because you don't realize how much that film did for the culture,
Mm,
even though yeah, it was based on like, it was a fictional story, but
yeah.
like just and we did have other black superheroes in comics and stuff, but not like that.
Not
Do you
like
know what
that.
I
Yeah.
mean? Like something that not just like our parents or whoever could relate to before us, but this was
Yeah.
something that like we could relate to, our kids could relate to, our parents could relate to. Like
Yeah.
everybody that watched the film just left the
Yeah.
cinema feeling like, yeah, Wakanda forever.
Trust
Like I
me.
can't explain it, and no one else could have played that role.
Yeah.
Nobody. So
At
I'm
all.
glad that they've chosen to not recast.
Mm,
Um, yeah.
that's the best decision.
Mm,
That's the best decision. Like Black Panther, I remember like when it came out, it was literally it was such a global phenomenon. Like
yeah,
when
yeah,
you're on social media stuff like that, when you went to the cinema, like you'll go there and everyone's dressed in their like African themed costumes,
yeah, yeah.
tops or a tie or something like that. It was I loved that moment, and I'm glad it wasn't during the
Same.
pandemic. Where like everyone got to enjoy that moment like
I
fully.
can't lie. If it
Before.
was in the pandemic, I'm going to the cinema because I don't care. I would have gone on the low. No one would have known. Like I don't know how I would have. I just would have gone. I'd be like, bun
Please, you
everybody.
and
I
your
would have.
tall self. Like, how would you be able to hide yourself? Like,
Bro,
seriously.
obviously, I just pretend I'm the Black Panther in it, and I crawl on the ground and stuff. Like, who's gonna know? And if I go Peckham, then
Yeah.
obviously, like, no one really cares there. If you go Peckham Cinema, just crawl on the floor, just pretend you lost the eyelash or something. You're in.
Wow. You're hilarious. Wow. But yeah, your King music video, even though you couldn't execute it the way that you wanted to, like what you put together was absolutely amazing. No one would know that you filmed it in your living room. Like,
Uh,
you did what you had to the best of your ability, and the cinematography, everything about it is just quality. Is
Thank
absolutely
you.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Chima is amazing.
I really hope that you will be able to do a short film for your EP. Yeah, let's talk about your EP. So how did that come about? The idea? Talk to me.
Cool. So Sunshine, we had the idea for it, I think 2018. We had that idea for it 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and we finished recording it in 2019. It was
Mm.
supposed to be out in 2019 actually.
Okay.
Um, and then we pushed it back
Mm-hmm.
to April 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I feel like it was the right time for it to come out then actually. And I
Mm.
know it sounds weird, like in the middle of in the middle of a pandemic that no one could have predicted.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was the right time for it to come out because
Mm.
then the world was kind of in need of more music, like
Yeah.
good music, cool
Mm-hmm.
music, music that kind of could paint a picture outside of the one that we were like
Mm.
seeing on the TV or seeing
Yeah.
on the news or hearing on the radio. Sunshine is very much again like the journey of becoming your elevated self.
Mm.
And it when you listen to it from start to finish, it should remind you of different points in the day.
Mm.
um and it starts off with a song called Sunrise,
Mm-hmm.
then it goes into a song called Ascension, then
Mm-hmm.
King, then a song called Petra, and then a
Mm.
song called Moonlight. um and uh it starts off with sunrise, and again, sunrise, start of the day. It's like, what do you do in the morning? When you wake up, you pray, you meditate, you do whatever you have to do, like you get yourself centered.
Mm.
um you stay connected to the source,
Mm.
stay prayed up, and then it's like you discipline yourself, whether it be reading your word,
Mm.
or whatever you do. Then it goes to ascension. So it's like once you've done that, there's nowhere else to go but to go higher, because there's
Mm.
more to your life now, that there's more of a purpose, there's more of a calling.
Mm.
And once you start to discover yourself and you know who God's made you to be,
Mm.
then you can start to identify yourself as that king that
Mm.
God has created you to be. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where king comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that you know that you're a king, this is the fourth song, Petra,
Mm-hmm.
is based around Jesus walking on water,
Mm.
and his disciple walking towards him. And
Mm.
it's literally basically like, now you know who you are, and then you have all this confidence. Like, are you
Mm-hmm.
able to step out in faith, basically, and can't go
Mm.
and follow your calling, follow your passion,
Mm-hmm.
follow the creator and see what he's got in store for you? Are you
Mm.
willing to like follow God and just like see what he's saying and
Mm-hmm.
try out these new things that you didn't even know you had access to before
Mm-hmm.
you could identify who you were?
Mm-hmm.
And the last song is Moonlight.
Mm.
And obviously now it's like we're not afraid of anything. We're not even afraid of the darkness, because
Mm.
we have a light that shines from
Mm.
the inside. So it's literally the juxtaposition of the sun rising, and you having the light of God, the light of, yeah, you're now the light of the world. Like you
Mm.
carry that inside of you, and then get into the midnight hours and still being like that light is on the inside of the outside. It doesn't matter if the sun is shining, doesn't matter if it's just the moonlight. I don't fear anything, like, because I am the light. Like I carry that light. I carry that same spirit that raised Jesus Christ from the dead. So that's what it's about. And I love it. And I felt like it was my journey in that year when I was recording it too. I felt like I was going on that journey myself. So it means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me.
That's an amazing concept. Wow. I love it when people are able to break down stuff like that. It's something that you carefully thought out. It wasn't just something you did on a whim. And I love that you're able to explain it so well and so succinct. Yeah. You're able to explain it so well. It's like you're just tired.
Thank you. No, I hear that. That's one of my favorite words, though, succinctly.
Yeah.
It's just difficult to say. It's so dumb as well. Like, it's oh, man.
So being an artist, do you have any new projects coming out soon? I mean, I know the pandemic's messed up everything for everybody, but do you have any new projects coming out or
I do.
Tell us more.
I do.
Oh my god.
How much can I share? I do have a project coming out. I can tell you the name. It's called ID.
Okay.
And God willing, it will be out in March.
Okay.
Can't say too much, but it's sick.
Fine.
Yeah, it's sick in it. I can promise you sickness. Yeah. But obviously health in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Like,
hallelujah.
But it's really dope and I'm so excited about it. Like I really feel I can't lie, I'm just on crud. Like it's actually sick. Wow, thank Jesus, that's so dope. Yeah, no, it's I'm really excited for that to come out, and I'm really excited for like the visuals too. It's they're gonna pack a punch.
Oh, that's great.
They will definitely pack a punch.
I look forward to it. So is it going to be an EP or an album?
It's a long EP. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's gonna be really good. 2021 is gonna be an amazing year for music, and I'm glad that now that we're in 2021, I'm glad that I can be a part of like releasing really awesome projects. I'm being inspired by the amazing people I have around me. I'm really, really excited because I spent a lot of time in Denmark.
Okay.
And I'm out there now, and it's great. And it's really inspired me, and it's allowed me to push myself forward when it comes to creating this project. So I'm happy to be a part of creating something that the world gets to enjoy. I pray you enjoy it anyway.
Yay! So is it just going to be your EP or those who you are working with? Is it a collaboration?
No, it's my EP.
Okay.
And are there any features on it? No, there's no features on it.
Oh,
It features myself. Like I'm the feature. Some of my songs.
If you weren't featured, that'll be I'll be like, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like I could do some mad stuff in it, but I can't feature myself. But yeah, so I'm on it. There's and there are some bits from other people, but not in the way you'd think.
Okay.
So and they don't even know they're on it in that respect. So when they hear it, it will be a nice little thing.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm super excited.
Cool. So, final question. Where can we find you on social media?
Okay, so on everything, it's just Shantéh. So it's _ Shantéh _ SHANTEH. Spotify, it's the same thing, just Shantéh. SHANTEH. There's an accent going to the right on my E. So if you put it in the other way, I'm sorry, you won't find me. Speak. But yeah, that's me on everything: Twitter, Instagram, and the website too, shantéh.com. And yeah, man, catch me outside. And them thing there. Actually, don't catch me outside because Corona and that. So
I worked a flight to Denmark to catch you outside. I don't think that'll be.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bit peak. Like, you'd have to do a whole trip to try and catch me outside, and it's long. And then, like, will I let you into my yard? Like, is that happening?
Oh, you know.
Like... you can catch me on a FaceTime or something, but I don't know.
You're too hilarious. Oh gosh, Shantéh, it's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you. Same here. It's been wonderful.
Cool. So I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. And that was myself and Shantéh having a lovely chat about her song King and just catching jokes. Loved it. As usual, you can catch me on Twitter, Ms. JoJoB, MZJOJOB, and you can follow That's My Tune in the following ways. That's My Tune Pod on Twitter, That's My Tune Podcast on Instagram, and if you'd like to email, That's My Tune Podcast at gmail.com. As usual, share the word about this podcast to all your music loving geeks like myself, like yourself. Subscribe on Spotify and yada yada yada. I'll be back next Tuesday with another episode. Stay tuned, stay caught up with the previous episodes, and you know the rest. Bye.